Crafting isn't completely new to the Animal Crossing series, but hopefully New Horizons does it right. We've known for a while that we'll be able to craft furniture, but we really haven't seen too much about it. The Direct gave us a small peek into what I hope is going to be a well thought out, perfectly implemented mechanic in New Horizons, and not the poorly executed mechanic that we experienced in Pocket Camp. When you arrive on the island, one of the first objectives you have is finding resources, so you can craft tools. To find more resources, so you can craft better tools. To find better resources, so you can then craft more tools. To find more resources. It's a vicious cycle, but rewarding, I'm sure. We don't know too much about how we get new crafting recipes. We have been told sometimes animal villagers will give you the ability to craft new items, which I have actually seen in my own demo experience, but things got crazy and I didn't get the recording.
Hey man, don't cut the line.
In New Leaf, when you talk to the animal villagers, occasionally they will ask you to build a certain public works project. So it seems this similar idea was implemented into New Horizons as well. We can purchase a couple of DIY cards from Timmy. This specific card gives us a recipe for the simple DIY workbench. Maybe some cards are for specific big crafting items like the workbench, or other tools, and other cards are for a furniture series. Will we need multiple cards to be able to craft an entire series of furniture? Past games have always made collecting the entire furniture series a long process. Certain furniture items were only available at special times, like when Red came to town, or the crazy expensive furniture series at Gracie Grace's. Honestly, I hope they keep it somewhat difficult. Collecting furniture was always something to work towards after you finished the museum and paid off your house. Looking at the crafting menu, there are a few things to point out. At the top of the screen, we see a way to sort through each category of crafting item. If you look below, each item has a specifically colored background. Maybe each shade or color is a different category. We can see even more colors in the screenshot here. The two pear furniture items are part of the fruit furniture series. Both have a green background with lighter green acorns. The hearth right next to it has a similar green background, but with darker green acorns. The ice furniture has a blue background with blue acorns. It's a good way to let us see the different categories of items easily. We can see tools, wardrobes, or maybe larger furniture items. Mugs may be referring to items that can be placed on tables. This is all conjecture, and I'm basically trying to come up with something that makes any kind of sense. Wall hanging items, lunch bags, hammers, and a star, which could maybe refer to special/event items. On crafting cards, we see the yellow craftable banner, most likely telling us that we have enough materials to craft this item, an icon that could state the crafted item is already in your inventory, and a check mark most likely stating that you have already crafted this item. In this more colorful screenshot, we see a paintbrush in the upper right corner. This paintbrush symbol is the same symbol we see later in the Direct, which are resources needed to customize the furniture to your liking. On a side note, what are these crafting resources? Are they dyes that you get from resources around the island, like flowers? We have yet to have confirmed what these dye packs are from, but they are essential for customizing furniture. Thanks to Macaron pointing this out on Discord, you can craft a wooden ocarina. We see it being used here in the trailer released by Nintendo after the Direct. She is indeed playing it, but does it do anything specific? Maybe it's just a cool item? It does make me curious what other crossover items will be available for us to craft. This is a hint from the developers that we could see more? Either way, we can truly be Child Link again. When selecting a specific item to craft, a screen pops up with a lot of information. First, we see which crafting category it pertains to, the name of the item, and next to that is a star. This is most likely the way you mark specific items as favorites, so you can craft them again easily. If you look at the previous screen, you can see a very faint outline of the star in the upper right corner. We also see a grid that shows us exactly how big this item will be on the map. There's also an indicator that tells us how many of the specific item we currently have in our inventory, and finally, the resources we have and need to craft the item. Pointed out in the comments on my last Animal Crossing video, these aren't mushies. They are instead iron nuggets, which makes way more sense because we saw them in the spring and not the fall. A lovely crafting item though. A nice change up from the boring steel resource we had in Pocket Camp. Makes way more sense to mine iron nuggets from rocks rather than coming across these fully formed steel beams. The main resource we need is wood, which comes from trees. In every clip I've seen, you can hit the tree 3 times to get wood before the tree falls. My own experience with the demo at PAX East, I used a flimsy axe to hit the tree. The first 2 hits resulted in wood. The 10 other hits did nothing. The tree didn't fall. No wood came out, nothing. Granted, we are less than 20 days away from release. This could have been a bug in the demo, or something that will be patched out before release. It could be a prior build, or maybe it's just random how much wood that we get. This could have something to do with the type of axe I used too, but that was just my experience. I wish I could show you, but, well, we're not very good at recording and playing at the same time. Can we just look at this beautiful fruit basket? Confirmed at PAX. Fruit are indeed a crafting resource. Besides fruit-related furniture items, I can't imagine what else we would be able to craft with fruits unless they're used for the dyes. This brings us back to the possible color dye box. Not sure if they come in different colors. Is yellow the only option? Or are there different dye colors? We can see that the player does have 48 of them, so they aren't super rare to come by. If they are dyes, they could derive from the fruit or maybe even the flowers. We have seen footage of a flower wreath being crafted with flowers as resources. In previous games, if you picked up a flower, you took the entire plant with you. But in New Horizons, when you pick up a flower, the rest of the plant stays in the ground to bloom more flowers. This mechanic makes sense now that we know flowers are indeed a crafting item. Makes me wonder how many other wreaths we'll be able to craft. The ornament that falls from the pine tree here could be a way we craft the ornament wreaths we have seen in countless screenshots and clips. They could possibly be used to craft maybe Toy Day furniture items as well. Either way, we're stealing Christmas ornaments off of trees, and I think we've officially become the Grinch. We do see mushroom furniture. In past Animal Crossing games, the mushroom furniture was found by collecting mushrooms. There's a chance that each mushroom you pick up was actually a piece of furniture in disguise. That could be the case this time around, or we may have to collect mushrooms and craft the furniture series. On top of being able to craft the flimsy tool, axe, shovel, net, etc., we can see here that we are also able to purchase certain tools. In this shot, we also see, or quote-unquote, pretty good tools listed in the Nook Miles rewards. So we do know that we won't have to craft all the tools that we use in the game. Crafting being such a new mechanic in the Animal Crossing series makes me excited for the possibilities of how it will evolve over time. From what we've seen, it seems like the developers worked hard to implement the crafting correctly and change it from the tedious, pointless crafting mechanic we had in Pocket Camp. I cannot wait to lose myself in this game. Less than 20 days. What are you most excited to craft? I'm gonna be crafting all the wreaths. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you on the next Animal Crossing video. Bye! Crafting in the animal? Nah.